live from beautiful Wrigley Field. The red line stops here, and we're set for the Hyundai leadoff man on WGN Sports. It is opening day 2008. The weather is gloomy, but the vibe is great. It's wet, it's foggy, it's overcast, but we hope to have Cubs baseball as they take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Len Casper. Bob Brenly will be coming up here shortly. You see the tarp on the field behind me. We will hopefully play baseball today, and the latest is the game will not start before 2 o'clock. There seems to be that proverbial window between about 2 and 6 o'clock Central Time. If that window remains, we will have some baseball coming up in about an hour or so. We'll also have all the opening day festivities. We will be on the air throughout the afternoon, no matter what. If this game is not played today, we would be right back here tomorrow. What a great morning it was. The Ernie Banks statue unveiling. Hank Aaron in town. Billy Williams spoke. Ron Santo. It was just a wonderful ceremony. We'll have some highlights of that ceremony coming up. And again, the ballpark filling up with Cub fans today. They would like to see some baseball, and it looks like they all came prepared as well. Seeing a lot of parkas, a lot of umbrellas in the ballpark, and they are ready for Cubs baseball. Maybe a few beverages out in the bleachers as well. And when we do start, it'll be Ben Sheets, who has pitched very well in his career on opening day for Milwaukee. Carlos Zambrano, making his 4th consecutive opening day start, has struggled. He has not yet won on opening day, and he's hoping that this year will be his year. Last year, Carlos won 18 ball games, and the way he looked in spring training, this might be his first 20-win campaign. As we go to break on the Hyundai Leadoff Man Show, we'd like to recognize our Chicagoland Hyundai dealer of the game, Poogie Hyundai, 2020 West Ogden in Downers Grove. Hyundai, the right choice. Log on to myhyundaichicago.com. We'll be back.
Look at us. We're identical.
We're not identical. I have different pants than you.
I don't even want to get into your pants.
I'm so sexy.
You know what I'm saying? Quite honestly, no, I don't know what she's saying.
Now you can slow down and grill with new Kingsford Hickory Charcoal.
Good boy. Yeesh. Though very rare, some wild animals can be trained. Unlike Mountain Dew, which can never be trained.
And now, here are today's midday winning lottery numbers.
Who is Dave Chappelle? Really? He's Rick James, Lil Jon, Blackzilla, a Black Klansman, a Milkman, Tron Carter, Silky Johnson, Gallagher, Prince.
It's a celebration.
Chappelle Show, Friday night at midnight Eastern on Superstation WGN.
The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you in part by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs, and by Hyundai. See your local Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, the right choice. Log on to myhyundaichicago.com.
Well, the biggest ovation of the day so far after the Ernie statue was, of course, Bob Brenly's entrance into the ballpark. But number 3 on that list, the grounds crew. As they take the tarp off the field. I think we might have lost somebody under there. Let's hope everybody's all right. A lot of times they just do this to dump the water, then put the tarp back on, but I don't think it's raining at all right now, so we may be getting close to the first pitch today. And of course, the two teams will be introduced, and ceremonial first pitches will be thrown out, so we still have some time before we get this thing going. Well, it's year number 2 for Lou Piniella. The Cubs are coming off a National League Central Division title last season. They won 85 games. They beat Milwaukee by 2, but then were swept out of the first round of the playoffs by the Arizona Diamondbacks. And everybody believes, certainly in that clubhouse, even a lot of the national media publications think the Cubs can win their division again and maybe go back to the World Series for the first time since 1945 and hopefully win it for the first time in a century. Lou Piniella met the media a couple of hours ago and talked about his expectations for the 2008 Chicago Cubs.
Look, we like our team, but again, we got to go play on the field, and how we play on the field will dictate whether we're on that track or not. I expect us to play well, though. I really do. No, it doesn't make me nervous. It's flattering. I think it's probably an in vogue thing to pick the Cubs because of the 100th year. But, you know, we got to play on the field. But it is flattering that people look at our club and like it. But doesn't put any pressure on me.
Well, Lou's been doing this for 2 decades, and you see the grounds crew now trying to squeegee the water off the outfield. Congratulations to Roger Baird and his grounds crew for getting this field ready. It was not a fun winter on the field, that's for sure. But they did replace the field. It's now flat, and they have a modern drainage system. So we've got a good chance to get this thing going here, not too far down the road. Opening day 2008, Brewers and Cubs. More of the leadoff man coming up.
Sleepless night? For help falling asleep and staying asleep, there's 2-layer Ambien CR. The first layer helps you fall asleep fast, but unlike other sleep aids, there's a second layer that helps you stay asleep. Until you know how Ambien CR will affect you, you shouldn't drive or operate machinery. Be sure you're able to devote 7 to 8 hours to sleep before being active again. Sleepwalking and eating or driving while not fully awake with amnesia for the event have been reported. In rare cases, sleep aids may cause severe allergic reactions, such as swelling of your tongue or throat or shortness of breath. If you experience any of these behaviors or reactions, contact your doctor immediately. Side effects may include next-day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. It's non-narcotic and can be taken for as long as your prescriber recommends. However, like most sleep aids, it has some risk of dependency. Don't take it with alcohol. Ask your prescriber about Ambien CR for a good night's sleep from start to finish.
The doctor is now making house calls.
Oh, let me get my doctor bag and treat your bleeding heart.
Becker, Season 1 on DVD.
Hey, it's Becker. No, don't hang up.
The highly anticipated DVD includes all 22 hilarious episodes.
Perfect.
Starring Emmy Award winner Ted Danson.
You're not dying, are you?
No.
Great, then take a hike.
Becker, Season 1 on DVD April 1st. And look for Family Ties Season 3 and Wings Season 6. Available now on DVD.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Oh, dreaming.
Do not let her get gum. You know
That's Tony Stewart.
Tony, get the camera. I've got the camera. Oh, Tony, he's a huge fan. Ready?
Tony, you okay?
Armor All wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare. And for even better defense against UV rays, try new and improved Armor All Protectant.
What a wonderful ceremony today as Mr. Cub Ernie Banks looking at his likeness. The statue out on Clark, right out in front of the ballpark. And it will be there forever. And a little pose from Ernie Banks as well. Spent his entire 19-year career as a Chicago Cub. 512 home runs. He will conduct the 7th inning stretch today, and we look forward to chatting with Ernie about his big day. It was so great to see Hank Aaron in particular here, and he and Ernie go way, way back. The pitching matchup, as we talked about earlier, should be a dandy. Ben Sheets, when he was healthy last year, was very good for Milwaukee, and he has been excellent in his career on opening day. Features that good four-seam fastball, the big curveball. Carlos Zambrano, different style with the power sinker and the slider and an occasional splitter. Carlos didn't say a whole lot in spring training. No predictions this year. He is focused on helping this team get to the promised land and may win that elusive Cy Young. So when we come back, Bob Brenly will join me as opening day 2008 set to get underway. They're getting the field prepared. We'll have the Brewers and the Cubs coming up.
The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you in part by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs. And by Hyundai. See your local Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, the right choice. Log on to myhyundaichicago.com.
There's a new joke going around. Have you heard it? What is the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap.
I appreciate what you're showing me right now.
On the marquee, big letters.
And you can put it on the board. Yeah. Bring it up. It gets out. A home run.
Well, I want to feel that hand with somebody.
Yesterday you were a loan shark.
Yeah, but I was never that into it.
Booyah. I'm impressed.
It's not about the money. You like the chase.
Don't interrupt me, honey.
Now making fun of me.
Your commander is on deck.
We're hitching a ride. Hang on. Get off the nuclear warhead.
Yes.
Super.
Reno 911, Friday night at 1 Eastern on Superstation WGN.